Yo YouTube, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. It has been a very long time, but I figured I'm gonna do some XJ stuff. Have the day off work, might as well make a video because it's been so long. I don't have time to do videos. I don't do any Jeep stuff, anything for the channel, so I never make any videos, but I figured I might as well make something. So it's hood vent time. So I bought this XJ for 1,500 bucks a few months back. And then it was just going to be like a project for the channel, but now it's been my daily because my Volkswagen transmission grenaded itself a few months ago. So I've just been dailying it and doing nothing but working and having family time. So I say custom hood vents because, as you can see, there's some in-house HVAC vents on this thing. So the holes are already cut. But I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. You just use an angle grinder and cut out however big of a hole you want. So I'm just gonna basically replace these and figure out what I'm gonna do for new vents inside of the steel that I got. Also, I hope playing the Alexa in the background doesn't get this video banned, copyrighted, whatever, but let's take these suckers off real quick and get started. This one's already cut, so one down, time to do this one. So I got myself some self-tappers and a piece of sheet metal. So this is enough to cut down here. It's enough to cover both of these holes, but it is just barely enough to go over the hole it's already cut out without exposing these. Now I have to decide if I'm just gonna let these holes be exposed or just send it this way. All right, so it's been about a week. Actually, it has been a week from the last clip. I went out and got another piece of steel, the same exact piece. So now I can make two correct holes. So I've been driving the Jeep around like this, big open holes. And for work the other day, I slept in my work truck. So the Jeep sat out in this hurricane rain. And when I got home, it was not happy. It did not sound happy. I actually had to save it from stalling. But anyway, we're back. Two pieces of steel we're gonna cut out. And we're gonna get these holes patched up. And then eventually, in the same video, but eventually for me, make hood vents out of them. All right, so I got two 12 by 18, 26 gauge little pieces of sheet metal here. Now, if you wanted to, really, you could just take it, self-tap it in there, just like that. I think because these holes are so small, I want to cut them out just to kind of fit better. But now that I'm looking at it, obviously the easiest thing is just to cut it up just like that. Or I mean, just to stick it on there like that. Which I could do. I don't know. Now I got me thinking. Now I got to think. I said I'm going to do it the right way, so I'm just going to do it big enough to cover what's there, plus just a tad bit extra room. But I brought my square out, made sure the lines are straight. Now to cut that one up, make it fit. Most important thing. A sip of Captain. Second important thing, safety. Safety squints. New plan. We're going to the floor. All right, we got one done. For the most part, it looks pretty straight. The backside I'm not too worried about unless it doesn't sit right. But throw this up here. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to clean off the bottom side of those edges, I guess. But big difference there. Big difference there. Well, I don't know where any of my wire brushes are, but the grill brush will work great. So I just, scuffed it up a bit, side to side, front to back, up and down. Well, not front and back, I lied. The side that's gonna be exposed to weather, I scuffed up. And I got some paint over here, so that should be real easy to paint this piece. Doesn't need to look pretty, but for now, I'm just gonna cover up the holes, and because I'm just curious how it's going to affect the Jeep with cooling, because the Jeep does not have an electric fan. It's never overheated. The hottest I've seen it get is like 215. And that was, you know, a 100-degree day. It took me an hour to drive to work, where usually it takes 10 minutes because there was an accident. And it was stop and go traffic. It was bad. So the AC, because there's no electric fan, the AC doesn't work unless you're moving. And when you come to a stop, it'll, you know, eventually die down and there won't be any AC. But again, it has not overheated, has not gotten close to overheating. It typically runs at 180-ish, I think, 185 maybe 190, probably 190 actually. It probably runs at like 190 normally, but I'm just curious how covering these holes will affect it, because again, it must have a low temp thermostat and there is no electric fan, so we'll just cover them for now. See how it affects it. Shake, 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 shake. Hold on, neutral. Shake, 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 shake. Obviously, I'm gonna do more than one coat on this because I want it to last, but I did mess up. I did want to use that as a template to cut this one out. And now that it's painted, now I have to wait for it to dry before I can outline it on this piece. So, whatever. I messed up, but it is what it is. Safety squints part 2. So now I'm at the point where I can put these on, but obviously, like I said, I didn't cut those holes out originally. I didn't put these things on to begin with. And I was just looking at it. These things are about a ½ inch difference where they're cut. So I'm just gonna have to make the best of it. I mean, looking at it at this angle, I'm pretty sure you can tell that that side's, you know, way off the center more than this side. And this side actually looks like it has angle this way, and this one's angled this way. But we'll make it work, and I'll figure something out. I can't tell if I'm tripping or what, but this side looks a little, you know, farther spaced out. But going off of the square, they're 1.5 inches top to bottom to this little lip here, but it definitely looks. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just crazy. Or maybe it does. Either way, I think it's as good as it's going to get based off where the old holes are at. Like, I'm trying to cover everything up correctly, so we'll just set it here because anything will look better than in-house HVAC vent. All right, I got 4 corners done on this one. I was gonna do a little quick, you know, time-lapse thing of putting all those in, but every time I'd go to do this one, I kept slipping or dropping the damn gun, and now my beautiful paint work is not so beautiful anymore, but that side's basically done. I can put more in it if I really wanted to, but I don't really have to right now, and it's good. So on to this one. Just like that, the holes in the hood are gone. Now I know this is a hood vent video, but I'm gonna drive around like this for a couple of days just to see, you know, how it affects running temperature, because like I said, there is no electric fan in this. So heat was obviously escaping through there, and, you know, fresher air was coming in through there. So I'm just gonna drive around like this for a few days, see how it affects it, if it affects it at all, really. So I got 2 12 by 18 26 gauge pieces of steel for $12 or $13 each at Lowe's or Home Depot. I'm pretty sure it was Lowe's. And obviously the holes in here were already cut out. But basically, you know, starting fresh, just get yourself a cutoff wheel and do it correctly, you know, measure everything out correctly and space the holes so things look symmetrical and don't look half-assed like this one did and still kind of does. But yeah, pretty dang easy. You can design these however you want, and you can drill a bunch of small holes, you can do a couple big holes, you can try to etch something out, you know, whatever you decide. But just a quick little video of making hood vents, technically not vented right now, but if I was starting fresh, this would be the way I would do it to begin with. So sheet metal, self tappers, and a cutoff wheel is all you need. That being said, the next hole I have to cover is this one back here. I don't know which way I want to do it quite yet. I don't know if I want to self tap it in because I do have fender armor, and obviously if I self tap it in, the fender armor will bulge in this area over the self tappers there. Or I have a welder, I could try to tack weld it up. That's gonna do it for this video, guys. I'd say subscribe, but I don't upload really ever, and I figured since I was doing Jeep stuff I would finally make a video. But hit the like button. Enjoy your time till I see you again. Peace out. Well, I'm gonna add this as a bonus clip to you watching me work. Everest, this dumbass dog. Boy, you better stay in our yard. Anyway, I'm gonna add this as a bonus clip to you watching me work on my Jeep. I don't care what time I go to work today because I don't think I have much to do anyhow. And I can make my delivery whenever at this warehouse. So we're gonna cut this off. We're gonna back the Jeep in and pull this green boy out. Hope it still works, and tack weld this on there. So I was gonna take the wire wheel and just kind of brush up against the edge just to, you know, get it down to bare steel, but I got these. Just make my life much easier. All right, that should be good enough. I cut this a little too short, but for the most part, I can weld to fresh steel in places I need, get the hole covered. So step one should be done. And if it doesn't work, well then I guess I'll keep cleaning. All right, safety squints on. I'm not a professional, so the welder does work. Tried it on this. And now I just got to figure out how to make it work this way. Woo! The safety squint's not good enough. I missed, and I made it worse. Oh my God, I'm an idiot. How did I miss? I can't see in this shit. Oh, this is a joke. I'm embarrassing myself. Oh, I looked right at it, dumbass. So, obviously I didn't even use my helmet because I'm an idiot. But I'm a really big idiot because, as you saw, I kept burning holes in things. Plus, you know, I've only used the welder once, twice, maybe 3 times in my whole life I've touched a welder. The whole burning holes through my fender, look at this. It never crossed my mind to check any of these knobs. They are basically turned almost the entire way up, and the wire, I don't think the wire speed was the issue. It's obviously way too hot. Not that the flashlight really helped, but let me make sure. I mean, it's on there, it's not coming off. I am going to do this corner actually real quick. I thought that was down because that was the first one I did and it held itself there. Anyway, as you can see, basically burned a hole there. I don't know how that happened. I was touching this and whatever, we ain't gonna talk about it because it'll get covered up by fender armor anyway. So it's ugly, but it doesn't need to be pretty. It just needed to be covered. Oh, I just broke that. So I'm gonna touch this top part up quick and then I'll look at it again. I turned the knobs down a little bit so that way it wasn't too hot. And I used my safety squints, but it's not going anywhere. It's on there. So that means the hole's covered. And then when the fender armor's on there, nothing is not, like no way anything's getting in there. So yeah, it looks ugly for now. I guess I can take a wire wheel to it, try to clean it up a little bit. And fuck it, I'll throw some paint on there too. Now, as I said, it's getting covered up by fender armor. So it didn't need to be beautiful. And at least the hole is covered. There's some gap in there. I mean, but at the end of the day, that looks way better than a ginormous rust hole.